off distractions, getting closer to God. Yeah, defeating the odds lately. I'm seeing me through a different lens. I'm taking time to work with it.
Good morning, guys. I know your girl has been MIA, but guess what today is, guys? My baby college graduation. So I am on the way there now. She had to be there at 9:30. It is currently 10:20, and these cars want to drive so slow, and I need to get there because of course, if you're watching this point, you already know Mama is recording it. So I need to get on there. I have my equipment here, and I just need to grab my pocketbook. Put this back on the seat. And also, this video has a sponsor, but it will be inserted like here.
This portion of the video is sponsored by Tubebuddy. Tubebuddy is a functional bag company. So with this one, they sent me over 2 items. With this bag, guys, has become my best friend. So this one, you can use all of your feminine equipment with this backpack. So it has pockets. It has, on the other side I just showed, you can put your tripod on that side. But what I love, I can open up the back and I can drop my MacBook Pro in there, and I don't have to worry about it. It will be secure because there is padding on both sides. So there you have a double zipper, and on the very front you have a huge zipper also. But inside this, you can store your camera, your SD cards, your memory bank. Also, it has a protector in there. So it has so many different things, and you can use this in so many different ways. You have the Velcro pieces. You can move them as you will. So this, guys, is very, very handy, and it has the pocket in the front. So I really love this backpack. It is very convenient, and it is just a pickup and go on location when you're doing filming outside. But they also sent me this, guys. This is a makeup, a little pouch, so it does have snaps, and then has a zipper, and you can open up, put your makeup, your brushes, and all in it. And you don't have to use it this way. You can also use it as a little mini purse if you choose. But this is the items that they send me over. I do have a coupon, Johnson 5 off, so go over to the website. It will be linked down below. Thank you, Tubebuddy, for sponsoring this portion of the video.
Okay, guys, so thank you for my sponsor for today. This is perfect for me to have my equipment with me, and these items are coming in fantastic. So I just have just a small one with me instead of having my whole backpack, because of course, you know, they will be checking people coming in the building. So I decided just to take that one, and I can clip it on to my pocketbook, and I will show you guys how I can take that and clip it onto my pocketbook. So guys, I am so excited. But another reason why I need to record it, guys, my dad is back in the hospital. He's been back in the hospital now for 3 days. He was in the hospital and Miss Amber's high school graduation, and now this is college graduation. And I can tell last night it was kind of like an ordeal, him knowing that he's getting ready to miss her first college graduation. But I told him, I said, you know, hey, she's almost 20. She understands, you know, she understands. So I was going to do it live, but I did not want to bring all of that equipment in there and someone missing hit some of my stuff. See what had happened, it wouldn't have been good, okay? So I decided not to do it live. So I'm not going to do it live. It'll just be an overall video. And for my people on Facebook, I just share it over to my Facebook. Once I get it edit, I'm planning on getting this edit tonight to have it up for tomorrow, Sunday. So yes, guys, I'm super excited. Homegirl got a rope around her neck. So let me go ahead, get here, so I can get set up. And I see you in the graduations.
My name is Dr. Schultz. I'm the Executive Vice President of Education here at Helms College. Welcome to our summer 2023 commencement ceremony. We're delighted that each of you has joined us today to celebrate the many achievements of this graduating class. It's now my great pleasure to introduce the Chief Executive Officer of Goodwill Industries of Middle Georgia and the CRSA, the President of Helms College, Mr. Jim Smith.
Happy day, graduates. Yeah. So go back in time with me. 120 years ago in Boston, Massachusetts, there was a Methodist minister who had a vision. And his vision had to do with individuals that had an aspiration to develop their God-given gifts and to have career advancement. And he saw those individuals at that time who were in the shanty towns around the south part of Boston. And he decided to form an organization called Goodwill Industries. And the first thing that he did to form that organization was to develop a trade school where he taught people high-demand, middle-skilled trades for that 1902 era. A cobbler, seamstress, upholsterer, watch repairman. Back then, those were good, strong middle skills that one could actually be able to have a career pathway and have an entrepreneurial spirit to open up their own business. So that was the beginning of Goodwill before the first Goodwill store was ever opened. But today, those Goodwill stores are helping to augment the services that we offer at Goodwill to the Helms College students and help us keep the tuition low. So the retail programs today that came from the 1902 era were a place where things were sold back then that were refurbished by people that were in training programs. Well, today we don't have monster banner ads or big openings for cobblers or seamstresses anymore. So now Goodwill in 2007, this local Goodwill, 35 county area, decided to say, what would be the high demand occupations for the year 2025 and beyond? Occupations where somebody could get a job and have career advancement, where somebody could be an entrepreneur. And the two that floated to the top was hospitality and healthcare. So we began developing diploma and degree programs back in 2007 in Macon, Georgia. We brought those programs here to the Augusta campus in 2013. And we're very excited that today we see Helms College, Dr. Helms' vision come full circle with the forming of Helms College. And we're here to celebrate with the graduates today as a completion of that vision. So let me take a moment and introduce some people that helped that vision to come together, all right? It's my privilege to introduce to you members of the academic leadership, the people that provide the education and the services to make today's celebration possible. You've already met, but let them stand one more time. Dr. Luke Schulteis. Alan Brown, you stand up, Alan. He's the Associate Vice President of Enrollment Management. Bill Dindy, the Director of Education and Compliance. And some of you have met before, Chef Christina Dahl. And now I want to recognize the faculty and staff, and these are the folks that offer all those services every day to make our students have less anxiety, to be able to be successful. So if the faculty and staff would all please stand so we can give them a round of applause. Now I want to introduce the executive team of our organization who provide many services and many sources of revenue so that we can be able to have Helms College exist and to prosper. And let's hold the applause till I get through the list because it's a decent sized list here. Chuck Smith is our Chief Financial Officer. Dr. Dwayne Cuffey is our Chief Mission Integration Officer. Dr. Deborah Arnold is the Vice President of People. Jennifer Tyner is the Vice President of Marketing Development. Leah Pantani is the Senior Vice President of Career Development, and she is over the career services and the student services part of the college, in addition to all the workforce development programs of Goodwill. So let's give them a round of applause. And finally, we have one of our board members in the audience, Dr. John David. If we could give him a round of applause. And now the woman that got the most applause, Chef Dahl, please come up to the list.
So I get the pleasure to introduce our valedictorian. We are so proud to introduce our valedictorian of the graduate class. This outstanding and well-rounded student embodies an impressive breadth of knowledge and personal character. Our valedictorian of the class in 2023 is Stephen White. She looked at me and she was like, I don't know if I can do it. And I looked at her and said, I think you can do it. And now she knows how to do it.
Good morning. Good morning. I am nervous, so please bear with me. I was going to come and do a dad joke, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, what I want to do is I want to hopefully help someone out there that may have felt the way I felt when I first started. It was a matter of me not thinking that I could accomplish and actually be here where I am today. And I can honestly say that I'm very proud of myself, and I have given myself so many pats on the back because I always listened to myself and heard my children. I've always told my children, you can do this, go to college, you're gonna go to college. And for me to hear myself and to tell my kids that, I knew I can do it too. So I put forth the effort, I put that foot forward and did what I had to do to be where I am today. So 2 years ago, while watching The Price is Right, I saw a Helms College commercial and thought I would like more information about it. So I inquired, I set an appointment to visit the campus, applied, received an acceptance letter within 2 years. I have received my culinary diploma, and I have now completed the Associates in Applied Science degree program. I never thought I would be on any stage giving a speech, but here I am. Proud of my accomplishment, I give glory to the man upstairs and to my #1 supporters, my kids, my husband for pushing me through, calming me down the nights I had many, many tears because I thought it was too much to take on. But he made me realize the most important thing, to believe in myself and know that I can get through this. And lastly, I of course need to give thanks to the chef instructors who also encouraged me along the way. To name a few, Chef Doll. She always looked out. She always poked her head in at least once a week and asked me how I was doing. Chef Stewart, she was another one. Chef Bossenberg. And now that I am working in the industry, my boss, Chef Ralph, Chef Brown, and Chef Paul, to name a few, are continuing to teach me. At my age, you know what, I am going to disclose my age. I wasn't going to. I'm 47 because I want those to know that if you feel you can't do it, you can. Just know that it is never too late to go back to school and succeed in life and be that person you always wanted to be. I wanted to be a doctor growing up, but I seemed to always find myself in the kitchen instead. Cooking with my grandmother, mom, and aunties. Cutting, measuring, and recording information are found in both the culinary and medical world. They come hand in hand, and you must be precise. Precision is the key to baking a cake or performing an important medical procedure. Though you cannot afford to mess up much in these particular fields, know that you may. We are here today, and we have succeeded on our own. Well, some of us may have gotten by with a little bit of help from others, but our lessons do not stop here. When you forget to prep one of your necessary tools, or you forget a formula, remember that it is okay. Take a breath, and remember what you have learned here. Life is full of lessons, and not just the lessons in school, but the lessons we learn from working and from our fellow students, and we are now lucky enough to call friends. I am so happy to be here with you, happy to keep learning life lessons with you. For now, though, we made it. So let us celebrate, cheer, and give ourselves a round of applause, because some of you, much like me, probably did not think you would be here. But I know I am grateful and will continue to be. Thank you.
Thank you for your heartfelt words. We can feel your victory. Thank you for passing it on. At this time, I'd like to introduce our commencement speaker, Chef Dwayne Keller. Chef Keller is presently the Director of Food and Beverage at the Savannah Lakes Village and is a member of Helms College Hospitality Advisory Council. He has a very distinguished career of offering exceptional cuisine in the finest dining establishments, having been recognized internationally with roots in Canada and decades of work in the United States. He is a recipient of the 2001 James Beard Foundation Certificate in New York, where he was invited to be a visiting chef. He and his teams have won numerous awards over the years that reflect his ever-expanding inventiveness and inspirational accomplishments, just to name a few. The Gold Spoon Award at the 4-star Delta Bow Valley Inn in Calgary. The Red Seal Award at Emerald Park in Vancouver. The Wine Spectator Award. The CCA Chef of the Year Award. The Florida Top 100 Award. You should see his trophy cabinet. In addition to these honors, in 2002, Keller helped Julia Child celebrate her 90th birthday with dazzling gastronomic creations. He has been named frequently in Washingtonian Magazine as one of the top chefs, hailing their top 50 and best brunches, and he was featured in Gourmet Magazine when he was the head chef at the 17th century Ashbury Inn in Paris, Virginia. A native of Saskatchewan, Keller's training under the world of the finest European chefs incorporated his style of cooking techniques of the old world, plus that which is new. His My Farm-to-Table menu started in 1990 at the Ashby Inn, where he wrote a daily menu that featured local and seasonal provisions within a 50-mile radius of the inn. He has continued this important initiative into 2023 when he relocated to the south. Chef Dwayne notes the 4 seasons generate 4 different styles of dishes throughout the year. In addition to the respect that he's received from fellow colleagues and food critics, Keller celebrates his passion by sharing with others throughout the year in charitable work. He has created heart-healthy menus for the American Heart Association, fed the homeless and disadvantaged in Sarasota, and provided hurricane relief and cooked for the Pentagon during the rescue operations of 9/11. Finally, he is a professed man of faith and has expressed that his God-given gifts are meant to be shared with others. He has been doing that for decades and is here today to continue doing that. Please give Chef Keller a warm welcome.
Thanks for having me. Very humbling to be here and to be here in Georgia for one. I mean, does it rain this much all the time? I mean, British Columbia is beautiful. It rains 200 days out of the year. I think it's a lot like Georgia. You know, the relationship that we're working on with Savannah Lakes Village is near and dear to my heart, and that's why I'm here. I grew up in a small town at Hershey. Hershey was built during the Depression with lots of help. Milton Hershey was an orphan, and he always said, it's not what you leave your children, it's how you leave them. So I grew up in this town, and it was all about hospitality, chocolate, the Hershey Park. And my father was a hockey player. He played in the original 6 for New York and Montreal. I'm originally from Saskatchewan. I was born in Saskatoon, just north of North Dakota, up there in Canada. Everybody sometimes forgets it's a different country, but we grew up in a town of Hershey, and I started at a very early age of 13. A little longer story, but so happy to be in hospitality, being of service to everyone and anybody. always talk about our guests, you know, whether they're internal guests, meaning our fellow workers, our colleagues, and everybody that we work with, or our guests that we have in to enjoy what we create. And there isn't anything more rewarding than creating experiences for people, whether you're inside the kitchen or out front, or you're part of the behind the scenes. Just giving back to people is what's driven me, and I always say I'm only halfway there. I'll tell you, I'm kind of old guy, but I feel like I'm only halfway there because there's so much more to do. We've had a little bit of a reset with COVID. I think in the 4 decades that I've been involved in culinary schools and cooking and teaching and taking care of others, I gotta say this is the most important time for all of us to give back and go out every day and give your best. You know, growing up with hockey, and I played a lot of hockey myself, I was always on teams, and we were only as good as our team. And I always say to my cooks and our staff is we're only as good as the last plate that we put out. So we all focus, work well together, and do all the little things to help each other out, just like a team. But the rain is something else down here. I mean, the grass is so green and beautiful, you know, and I'm just a restaurant guy, and I gotta ask you, did anybody hear about that new restaurant they put on the moon? No? It's got great food, but no atmosphere. Thank you so much for having me.
Urgent work. So we would now like to recognize some of our distinguished students. Students who earned a perfect 4.0 GPA are recognized as distinguished honor graduates, and they're wearing a gold cord today. Would our distinguished honor graduate students please rise? Students who earned a 3.5 to 3.9 GPA are honor graduates and are wearing a silver cord today. Would our honor graduates please rise? Students who earned a GPA of 3.5 to 4.0 and have attended at least 90% of their scheduled course hours have been recommended by faculty members and are recognized as National Technical Honor Society members. Would our National Technical Honor Society members please rise? Students have already found employment directly in their field of study are wearing a green cord today. Would the students who are employed in their field of study please rise? Graduates who are the first person in their family to graduate from college are wearing a blue cord today to signify their achievement. Would the first generation college graduates please rise? And our graduates who are currently serving in the military or have served in the military are wearing a red, white, and blue cord today. Would our military and veteran students please rise?
Mr. Smith, the candidates are conferring a David position myself to be so Lindy will assist me. Mr. Stiff, I certify that these candidates have completed their course of study and have met all academic requirements. On behalf of the faculty, I present to you these candidates for the conferring of diplomas and degrees. Will the candidates for the Associates of Applied Science and Culinary Arts please approach the stage?
Taylor White. Lisa Morris. Joseph Rivera. Samuel Saxon. Thomas Collins. Paisley Step. Violet Diggs. Nicholas Ramos. Janice Benevento. Dakota Connor. Salvatore Simmons. Monty Johns. Amira Mitchell. Portia Ross. Taylor McMurray.
Will the candidates for the Diploma in Culinary Arts please rise and approach the stage?
David Ewing. Jada Phillips. Michael Good. Tania White. Sierra Putrell. Sky Olson. Carswell Edward. Correlion Davis. Charles Fruit. Jacob Schultz. Miles Populars. Levi Lambert. Michael Schaefer. Denise Schaefer. Karen Ferris.
Will the candidates for the Diploma in Bacon District please rise and approach the
Jasmine Newton. Natalie White.
So I just wanted to point out, so Natalie White has taken all of our programs. She has done the diploma, the associate's degree, and the bacon and pastry, and the cork. So we're so happy and excited.
Mia Salem. Ambryana Johnson. Karen Nicholson.
Will the candidates for the diploma in multi-skilled medical assisting please approach the stage?
Precious Boone. Sarah Thompson. Sarah Posen. Christina Davis. Shantavia Reed. Caitlin Higgs. Kiera Burton. This is a real hallmark of achievement. In a minute, it will become official. I would like all of the candidates for graduation to please rise. Mr. Stipp, the faculty have concluded that these students have satisfactorily completed their course of study and are being recommended for their respective degrees or diplomas. I therefore submit to you, Mr. Stipp, these candidates for the official conferral of their diplomas.
So I have the pleasure of joining Dr. David, who's a member of our board, with this pronouncement. Helms College candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Georgia Non-Public Post-Secondary Commission and the Board of Directors of Helms College, I now hereby confer upon you as appropriate the degree came thereto. You may now move your tassel from the right of your cap to the left, signifying your gratitude.
Congratulations again. You may be seated. Thank you to everyone for joining us today. In addition to our graduates, we have family members, friends, current Helms College students, as well as persons from industry who also celebrate their accomplishments. We're all proud to now call you our newest graduates and alumni of Helms College. And we look forward to your many successes, but also importantly, to keeping you engaged with Helms College. Your advice to future students will benefit them, as your exposure to our faculty, staff, advisory councils, and industry partners will benefit you. What an amazing family we have. Well, it is now time for you to go forth and celebrate. As we conclude the formal activities, have your family buy you some treats at our bakehouse. Continue donating to Goodwill, as you heard from Mr. Stiff earlier. The store proceeds help offset tuition costs, making college education more affordable and more accessible for people. As we now prepare to depart, we ask that all guests remain seated until the academic procession is complete. Thank you and congratulations again.
Bag ladies, you gon' hurt your back. Drowning on the bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you how you must hold on to. It's you, it's you, it's you.
This is Ambryana's journey. As a small child, she was very energetic and was the princess diva. I always say if it's a Visa or MasterCard American Express, it was definitely where she would be. She was always the light of the center of attention. She was always such a sweet little girl. But of course, she was Mama's only little girl, her only princess. So with my mom, she was the shining light of my mom. Unfortunately, she didn't get a lot of time with my mom, only 6 years. Yet I am so proud she carries my mom's name. Through her journey, she has been through so many ups and downs, but nevertheless, she held her head up high and she knew what she wanted to do as far as her goals as an adult. I can say, Amber, Mama loves you. Keep on going. Keep your head up. The sky is the limit. Let no one tell you what you cannot do. Remember, you grew up knowing the word can't was not a word. So God is with you. Mama is with you. Grandma is watching over you. Your brothers, granddad, and Everyone else, they love you. Keep going on and striving.
Working on myself, working on my health, working on my mind, taking all the time, yeah, that I need just to find me. 'Cause who's gonna do it for me? Working on my habits, cutting off distractions, getting closer to God, yeah, defeating the odds lately. I'm seeing me through a different lens. I'm taking time to do work within. I'm working on the enemy, been praying for my enemies, working on my inner peace, improving my perspective, oh, working on the enemy, ain't got no time for enemies, no enemies, working on my inner peace, improving my direction, oh, I'm not losing focus, and I hope that you know this, I'm taking the time to moisturize my skin, and get my 8 ounces early in the morning, don't worry about me, I'm minding my business, I'm working on me, getting Jesus and therapy, some things you might never see. Won't post it on IG, but just know I'm working on the enemy, been praying for my enemies, working on my inner peace, improving my perspective, oh, I'm working on the enemy, ain't got no time for enemies, no enemies, working on my inner peace, my energy, not losing my direction, oh, I'm not living in my past mistakes. My thoughts are no longer prison mates. My life is free from negativity, and I make space for that was meant for me. I'm detoxing from everything that's toxic. I don't do the gossip, so stay from around me with the drama. Busy healing from my trauma, can you relate? I'm right here doing all it takes. Working on the enemy, been praying for my enemies, working on my inner peace, improving my perspective.